Hey there, Marcus here. Today we're gonna do a workflow that's pretty complex. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna upload a PDF, this one, about fixing the computer guy posture, something every developer should read, by the way. And we're gonna generate a dialogue about it in actual people talking, right, about it. And not just one person saying the text in here, but we're actually going to create a dialogue where they are discussing it. As always, this is Drupal. Drupal is open source. I have installed AI Interpolator modules. Otherwise, it's completely vanilla. What I have running on here as well on this LAMP service FFmpeg, and this is a requirement for one of the steps that I'm going to show now. So this is a little bit more complex, but you're still not going to need any coding to set this up. Everything is open source, free to use, free to create products out of if you want. Yeah, if you find bugs, please let me know. So we start by logging in, and then we create a content type. We're gonna create that content type called the dialogue. So this is a typical workflow for the CMS part of Drupal. Drupal is a content management framework. You don't necessarily need to use it for as a content management system. That's why it was very good to actually create the AI interpolator. So the whole idea of chaining fields to fields, because Drupal is very powerful when it comes to this. So I am using nodes now to be able to show the GUI part of it. If you ever create a product, make sure that you create it in like a custom entity type. Also, so you know, you can create this using API. So if you don't like Drupal, you can set up the chaining here, but then you can have a API call to upload the PDF and API call to download the MP3 basically. We're gonna remove the body field because that's a typical CMS field we don't need, but a field we do need is a file field because we need to upload a PDF, right? That's where everything starts. It's just gonna be one file. We need to require it because without it we can't do anything, and it should be a PDF. The next step is that we need to scrape this PDF and get text from it. So we have something to feed OpenAI to create the dialogue. Should just be one as well. We can do full HTML. And here we enable the AI interpolator, then use the rule text from document. So that takes a document and creates text from it. We use the base mode and the PDF file. Turn on batch mode so we can see the progress. Next step then is let me think. We need to create 11 labs field. So that's the dialogue. Dialogue. Oh, I had it there even. And this has to be unlimited because that's for each person speaking, it will create one field, right? So if we want them to speak back and forth, you have to have, well, no, you don't have to have unlimited, but you can't have one field at least. And we enable the AI interpolator, use the 11 labs dialog creator rule. Base mode, we're going to use the PDF text as the context. And I'm just going to inspect here and steal that placeholder because it's pretty good. We don't need the HTML though, right? So we just remove here. So we're gonna have the interviewer Marcus Johansson, so that's me. Be very aware though that my learned voice is not super great. I sound Dutch for whatever reason. So I should spend more time actually teaching the voice, but it's just so you see that you can actually use your own voices as well in this. So 11 Labs allows you to upload an MP3 file of you talking, and it creates your voice from this. So we're going to do this. Based on the context, create a dialogue between podcast interviewer. Well, it doesn't need to be a podcaster, right? But whatever. Who is the fun-loving character, and Julia's type, who is a serious guest expert on the topic. So she's gonna know everything about this document, then, is the idea. Start with the introduction and create. I'm just gonna do 3 dialogues back and forth because this takes it really takes a long time First of all, for OpenAI to create the dialogue, but 11 Labs to actually create the audio. And then the 11 Labs voices to use. So we have Marcus Johansson here instead, right? And in the placeholders, you can find all the voices. So there is, you can see here, there is a Marcus Johansson instead. And for Julia Stipes, we can take Suzanne. So that's an American young girl voice, I think. Context is the context, so that's the PDF text, right? We have to set the interpolator weight higher, because otherwise, of course, we can run into the text not existing before we have to create this. Batch mode, GPT-4 creates better stuff. Save. Then we're gonna do one more thing. Create another field, because the thing is, the 11 Labs field, it will create one MP3 per person saying something, and that we can't use if we just want to provide one MP3 for everyone. So you can play that on the website, but if you're using it for a process where you don't actually want the website to be the end station, right, then you might want to mix this. So we just create a file field called audio. Should just have one field, MP3. Save this, and if we go back to dialogue now, then there was an option that you saw before, maybe if you looked quickly. There's resave in audio field. We say this, and we say concatenate. So we're gonna take all these dialogues and just create one MP3. You can see we can have intros, outros, soundscapes, and mix it as well, but we don't do that now. Save this, and we're gonna create the content. So we call this back pane. Upload the file. This one stretches PDF, and this is gonna fill out everything, and in the end, hopefully create the audio then. And now this is gonna take some time. So the first process of generating text from PDF, that's very fast. But the second one, where we're actually asking OpenAI to create the dialogue, and then generating all the MP3s, and then, well, the last part of concatenating, that's very quick, because it's audio. Video can take some time, but audio is very, very quick. So this, yeah, it will take some time. I can say while we're waiting, I'm probably gonna set up some images in DigitalOcean or Amazon, where you can actually copy this image to get a Drupal profile that has all the AI interpolator and everything installed. So it's just gonna be one-click setup. And if I ever have the time to do this, I will make sure that FFmpeg is installed, so you can use this part as well. There will probably be AI interpolators for video in the future, where anyway it makes a lot of sense to have FFmpeg installed, because it's extremely powerful tool when it comes to media. So now it's finished. So we have the PDF, we have the text from the PDF, we have a virtual player that we could play, but that is basically playing one MP3 after the other, but it has created an MP3 here as well. So now we're gonna listen to this. So the next audio you hear now, and you're gonna hear, it's not really me, but it's not gonna be me talking, but virtual me.
Hello, and welcome to the show, Julia. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Marcus. I'm doing well. Ready to tackle the issues related to posture and lower backish hip stability.
Excellent. It's such a common problem. So tell me, Julia, why is it a mistake for people to think that working out hard in the gym will fix their bad posture?
Well, Marcus, the gym only cements what you have. If you have the bad posture, heavy lifting can actually make it worse. If you have good posture, heavy lifting can enhance it. But of course, there are exceptions.
Interesting. And what about the common posture dysfunction, the anterior pelvic tilt? How can we recognize and correct this issue?
You can check by looking at your belt or from a side profile in the mirror. If it's tilted down or your butt sticking out, chances are you have it. Correcting it involves several steps, from lengthening the hip flexors, strengthening glutes, And finally, lower back stretching and strengthening abs.
I see. That's enlightening. Thank you so much for your insights today, Julia.
Yeah, as you can hear, my voice is not that great. So you can use 2 professional voice actors and it's gonna be very much better result, or train on a voice actor's voice then. But that's it. We have an audio file from a PDF of people talking about the PDFs. Yeah, thank you for watching.